Let's dive right into one of the biggest, most frustrating roadblocks on the path to speaking English fluently. The good news? It's not about your intelligence, it's just a bad habit. And today, we're going to build the perfect toolkit to break it for good.
Have you ever felt this? You can sit down and write a perfectly crafted email. Everything flows, but then the moment you have to actually speak, the words just don't come out the same way. It's an incredibly common frustration.
Yeah, if you're nodding your head right now, trust me, you are so not alone. That feeling of being stuck, of your spoken English just not matching your written English, that's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
So, what's the real culprit here? What's really holding you back? Well, the crazy thing is, it's probably not your vocabulary or your grammar knowledge. Nope. The biggest barrier to fluency is often just one single habit, a deeply ingrained one that we need to consciously break.
And this is it. This is the big one, the translation trap. It's that little process that happens in your head where you think of what you want to say in your native language, you translate it word for word into English, and then you try to say it. And that process, it creates that delay, that awkward pause that just kills the natural flow of a conversation.
But here's the thing, the problem is so much bigger than just being a little slow. This one bad habit creates a whole cascade of other issues that are stopping you from sounding natural and, feeling confident when you speak.
This really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the translating brain. It's like a slow, clunky machine. It's always a step behind, it makes weird grammar mistakes, and a lot of the real meaning gets lost. But when you make the switch to thinking in English, you unlock speed, a natural flow, and you start picking up on all those little cultural nuances that make the language really come alive.
So let's break it down. Mental translation really fails on 4 key fronts. First, and most obviously, it slows you way down. Second, it causes all sorts of grammar errors because, let's face it, languages just aren't built the same way. Word order is different. Third, it totally limits your vocabulary because you're always searching for a perfect one-to-one match that often doesn't even exist. And finally, you miss out on all the fun stuff, the idioms, the cultural context that native speakers use all the time without even thinking about it.
All right, so how do we actually escape the trap? Well, it all starts with a fundamental mindset shift. We have to stop seeing English as just a collection of individual words that we need to translate and start seeing it as a system of patterns and concepts.
This quote right here from all the way back in 1957 is basically the secret key to the whole thing. A word's true meaning isn't just in its dictionary definition. No, it's found in the other words that it naturally hangs out with. This is the absolute foundation of sounding natural.
And this brings us to a really important idea, collocations. That's a fancy word, but it's a simple concept. They're just groups of words that sound right together simply because that's how native speakers have always used them. For instance, you drink strong tea, right? Not powerful tea. Even though those words mean similar things, one just sounds right. Learning these chunks of language is the real shortcut to fluency.
Okay, let's get our hands dirty. It's time to dive into the practical stuff. Here is your Fluency Toolkit, a set of focused, high-impact exercises you can use to start training your brain to stop translating and to start thinking directly in English. The journey really begins with small, consistent habits that don't take a lot of effort. Just look at what's around you right now and say it in English. Laptop, coffee cup, window. As you're making breakfast, just narrate it. I'm getting the milk. Try switching your phone's language to English, or use an English-only dictionary to look up words. And maybe my favorite, before you go to sleep, just take 2 minutes to think about your day in simple English. That's it. Easy.
Next up is self-talk. Now, this might feel a little weird at first, but trust me, talking to yourself out loud in English is a total game changer. There's zero pressure, so your confidence just naturally grows. But the real magic is this: you instantly discover the words you're missing. The moment you get stuck, you realize, I don't know the word for that. You can look it up, and then you'll own that word forever.
Shadowing is like a workout for your mouth and your ears. It's awesome. But the secret sauce is step 2. You have to set an intention. Don't just mindlessly repeat. Decide beforehand, okay, this time I'm only going to focus on the rhythm, or I'm only going to focus on the sh sound. Then, listen to a short phrase, pause it, and repeat it, trying to match your intention perfectly.
All right, now for a really fun one, speed speaking. This exercise is designed to absolutely shatter the habit of hesitating. You literally force yourself to say the same thing faster and faster and faster.
It trains your brain to stop overthinking and just speak. And remember, the goal here is not perfection, it's pure speed. Don't worry about mistakes, just go.
And finally, a huge one. Stop trying to build every single sentence from scratch. Fluent speakers use pre-built patterns, like Lego blocks. So instead of struggling to piece together, I think that the reason is, you just grab a ready-made chunk like the way I see it, and then you add your idea. This saves a massive amount of mental energy and honestly makes you sound instantly more natural.
So, let's pull all these threads together. The goal of all of these exercises isn't just to practice English. No, it's to build new instincts. It's to make thinking in English your automatic default setting.
And here's the ultimate takeaway, the main thing to remember. Fluency is not about memorizing a dictionary. It's about smart, quality practice that literally rewires your brain. If you do these drills consistently, thinking in English will eventually become your new natural instinct.
So I'll leave you with this challenge to get you started right now. Not tomorrow, right now.